Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I've got some test results from this Geartist Power Pack that Iron Snow sent me to review. And it provides AC output, sine wave. It provides several types of USB outputs. It provides a DC output, and we're going to test it. I just did a video, as you're looking at the video I did before this one, for my setup. I'm monitoring the AC with this AC power meter, and what I've got plugged into it, which is right off screen here, is a lamp. Matter of fact, I could show you right there. There's the lamp. It has a 60-watt incandescent bulb. Now that is very inefficient if you're doing a road trip or camping. You wouldn't use something like that. But for me, for my testing, to kind of accelerate it, it is a heavy load. It's 85 watts. That's what the load is. So it's a heavy load. So that's what I'm using there. Down here on one of the USB ports, I'm using my USB tester, which gives me a couple of indications: voltage, current, and then it's off screen here behind my hand is a static load, which I can adjust, and I adjust it for 1 amp. So I got 1 amp coming out of here and 85 watts being used here. And then I took measurements about every 30 minutes to an hour, and I monitored. Let me go back here. Where is it? There we go. I monitored this indicator right here. This is an indicator of the power left in the power pack. Starts out with, when fully charged, with 5 bars. So that's what I'm monitoring. So here's the results. So here's the number of bars that we're showing, and this is time. At time 0, I had 5 bars. At 60 minutes, when I took my first sample, was down to 4 bars. At a little past that, I noticed, because I was still in the room, it went down to 3 bars. That was about 70 minutes. And at 90 minutes, when I checked it, it was still 3 bars. So this is not linear by any means, which I suspected it wouldn't be. It drops down from 5 to 3 bars pretty quickly. And then 30 minutes later, at 120 minutes, it was down to 2 bars. And then I had to make a decision whether I want to go ahead and let it drain more or stop the test there. Well, since it wasn't linear, and I was figuring this might, dropping from 2 to 1 to 0 might last a lot longer, I decided to go on. So at 150 minutes, it was still at 2 bars. At 180 minutes, or 3 hours, it was at 1 bar, but everything was still working. Then at just beyond there, I checked it again. It was down still at 1 bar, so I was kind of watching it. And then somewhere between this time, which was 195 minutes, and 240, when I came back in the room at 240, the light, the incandescent light, let me go back here, right here, that was off, and this was off. But the USB was still cranking out 1 amp. So there's probably some circuitry in here that detects when the output of the AC gets down to a certain level, it shuts it off so it doesn't damage any equipment. It was running, when I started, at about 108 on this meter. Should be 110, but it was showing 108 on this meter when I started. So that was the end of the test. I did not let it continue at the 1 bar level on the USB. It could have ran for 2 more hours for that matter, because of the load on the USB was only 1 amp. So that's it. I hope this is useful. If you have any other tests you'd like me to do on it, let me know. One thing I was thinking about doing is when I was setting this up, I noticed, that the fact that that incandescent bulb, I had an LED bulb in there, which is what I normally use, but I wanted to get a heavier load, so I put the incandescent bulb in it, and it was drawing 85 watts. I did not check what an LED bulb draws. That might be a test I'd like to do now that I've found this power meter, although I can't find the instructions for it. And the same way with the USB, I could take and actually hook up a tablet and see what a tablet draws when it's partially charged and still charging and you're using it. I chose 1 amp. Maybe that's not a good number. Maybe it's a heavier load than that. So if you want me to do those kind of tests, maybe I'll do that too. So that's it. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up. And I want to thank Iron Snow for sending me this power pack and the radios he sent me for review. And have a great day. Bye-bye.